Want to make a quick video about this. The article I wrote, Threadneedle Street, the Deep State, UFOs, ETs, British Royals, Noble Bloodlines, et al. On globalintelhub.com. I wrote the article, and within 24 hours of publishing, my computer got nuked. And this is the nuked computer. And how it happened, I just want to show, I have a double power backup system to protect for surge protectors. So I have this one, then I have the one at the actual, in the box. So I've got two surge protectors, and this is a battery. The battery started beeping. I couldn't turn it back on. And this is the hard drive that is completely dead. I just got it back from the computer shop. You can see it's sitting here, just sitting there. I bought this new computer in the meantime, so I have to transfer all my files and everything. And the computer company, it's called Nerds to Go. It's an amazing company. It's kind of like the Geek Squad. They replaced the whole thing. Basically, it was this drive that was nuked. And they said it was a page file sys corruption, and I never messed with any of those settings. So two things happened to nuke this computer. One, there was a power surge, which was so powerful, it went through a battery and a surge protector, which is on the actual panel where the electricity is, and the battery, which I just showed you. And this hard drive is completely dead. Now, they were able to save some data, but I had a data loss. It was pretty dramatic. But this happened after publishing this article. Now, the point is it could be just random, but getting past these surges, if anybody knows about how electricity works with these surges, none of the other devices behind this. I have tons of devices and computers. Only this one blew up. I had a laptop, and I had other, this file server was okay, the router is okay, everything that's plugged in here is okay. This computer, where I wrote the article from, was attacked and deleted. And this is it. And it's been resurrected. But I just wanted to share the video because this is just unbelievable how they can do that. So I'm going to throw this away. I just don't want to do this video before it goes into the trash. Or maybe I'll keep it like art. Put it up on the wall. But anyway, that's what happened. So for me, that verifies a lot of what's in this article. It must be something worth shutting down. So just go to globalintelhub.com, and I'm going to post the link in the top with maybe this video, because that's just amazing that I've heard stories about stuff like that happening, but it's never happened to me. And the fact that it could be a coincidence is just, it's possible. I mean, I'm not saying 100%, nothing's 100%. It could be a coincidence. Maybe it was just lightning. But why am I the only one in the whole neighborhood? And I've talked to neighbors. Nobody had power issues. The power didn't go out. There was just a surge, and I heard it happen. It was like a crack, like a boom, boom. And it came through, and I didn't see a flash or anything like that. There was no arc. But the fact that my computer crashed after years of, I actually 4 years. I think I got this computer in 2020, so it had been 4 years. I bought this on Amazon because it's a U.S. configured. I mean, the parts are obviously not all made in the U.S., but at least it's configured in the U.S. and I'm supporting the U.S. manufacturing, and it's been a great computer. It's had a couple issues, but it's pretty old. I mean, in the last 3-4 years, especially GPU computing has grown by leaps and bounds. So like this other one I got, which is kind of a similar one, it's just really really amazing. This MSI is just very powerful. I got it at Costco. So the chances of that happening randomly to that computer, and I also have a production studio with other similar computer. That one was okay, and that one doesn't have a power surge, a battery, an APC. These APCs are so strong, they give you some kind of $100,000 or $10,000 guarantee that it protects anything. So the other PC in the other room, it's not even behind this battery. This battery protects all the like important computers, the file server, the main desktop PC I use for all my research and everything, and I even have it protected by all of these guys, these totems. So we've got a little alien in a business suit, and we've got Bob Ross and Buddha, the Lion King, and oh, I like this guy. He's actually a good spirit who protects people in the caves around the Appalachian region. We have the Titanic. We have a Monopoly, the dog from Monopoly with the bone, a brain, some rocks, and this beetle from Egypt, and my friend's painting. And all of this protects the wires coming through. And this is all the bits and bytes coming through. And these are rocks from different caves in the region that I visited, in different high energy places. A little hot sauce, something from our culture. And all of this is blessed, for lack of a better word. It creates positive karma on all the electronics that flow in and out of here. All the data, all the bits and bytes goes through this positive energy, and it's guarded by all these guys. So whoever it was or whatever it was able to get through all of this. It's protected on a physical level by the APC, on kind of a spiritual level by all these totems, and boom, computer is dead. So read the article. That's the most I can ask for. Read the article. And it's very well written. It's like 8,000 words. I put a lot of effort into it because with everything going on the in Congress, it's such a limited hangout. It's so ridiculous, them talking about like they found a couple screws on the ground from a craft that they don't know whose it is. And I mean, it's such a absurd debate. I mean, all of our religious texts, the Mahabharata, the Bible, the Quran, the Kabbalah, every book of every religion talks about non-human beings. The book of Genesis talks about the Elohim, the Nephilim, the fallen angels. There's just a fire hose of evidence. And the hearings, they're talking about some kind of UFO that a pilot saw. I mean, it's just offensive to anybody who knows anything about aerospace or politics or exopolitics, or just really who didn't have their head in the sand. And I appreciate a lot of people do have their head in the sand, and that's why I wrote this. But then I got nuked, and so I wasn't able to distribute it. But now I'm back online. I'm going to be sending it out. So I appreciate you reading it, sharing it, and let's debate it. Let's discuss it. I'm not the expert. I don't know anything. This is just based on what I've read and experienced and people I've talked to. I'm clearly not the expert on this topic. It's just when you're in a Wall Street job, you see lots of strange things. You see markets move hours before bombs go off, for example. You see things that just don't add up in Wall Street. And so I've been exposed to contacts who've told me some things, and then other things happened later in the future. So I'm an insider. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I've seen things that just don't add up, and then I try to research and connect the dots. And half of it is for my business. The other half is just out of interest. I've always been interested in the universe and infinity and quantum physics and creation and life. Like, where did we come from, and what's our real true history? That's always been a passion of mine, is history, and I don't know if you want to call it astronomy or the reality of physics, the math that explains our origins, where the universe came from. And so as you dig into this topic, you get a lot of intellectual satisfaction by answering those questions, but also you learn things like the government's been hiding technology from us that can, for example, just like as a cliche, sort of cure cancer, if you will, for lack of a better word, and transportation technology and other things, because they want to sell us oil. Why would they give us free energy? And I mean, anybody in the automotive industry knows that water-powered cars and alternative energy is kind of a known thing for a long time, and the big monopolies don't want to let it out. So a lot of this is not so really controversial, in my opinion. It's It's just not maybe filtered into the mainstream, but that's because the mainstream is controlled by all of these monopolies, and they spoon feed what they want you to learn and think. And that's what a limited hangout is. They give you 95% of the information. It's like NPR had this slogan that I used to listen to NPR for 20 years until they became too much. Around like 2015 time when Trump entered the scene, they just went totally off their rocker. But they always said on their little clip that they played about their shows, they said, we phrase the questions in a certain way to make you think in a certain way, or something like that. Like to make you, it's basically, they admitted that they're telling you we're pre-programming your brain for a pre-programmed outcome, whether that be a thought or a distraction or a certain behavior or whatever. And so a lot of this, when you read it, might seem a little out of the norm, but if you go through the article, I reference books like for example, The Man Called Intrepid is a book by William J. Stevenson, who is kind of one of the major architects of the security infrastructure, including but not limited to the CIA, MI6, which didn't exist during World War II. There was the OSS. There were different groups. Even the FBI predates the CIA by a couple decades. But the point is, this is a very well-referenced piece. It's not too opinionated, or I tried to at least keep it as referenced as possible. And I don't provide like a strict bibliography or links, but I'm constantly, there's a couple in there, constantly referencing articles, books. And so you can easily fact check this article. So if you see something that's crazy, just fact check it. Fact check it. Because this is all stuff I read somewhere. I didn't make any of this up. It's not like, like this guy is an amazing, George Kavasilas is an amazing witness. And he has some information that will just change your life. And you can play that directly from the article. And then there's some other things. And I want to keep it light, so I'm working on the title Lilu versus the Deep State. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but Lilu is the my dog, and it's a character from The Fifth Element, if you remember that movie. And Lilu was the key to unlocking the new paradigm for Earth. Lilu was the superhuman, so you have like earth, air, wind, fire, water, and then the superhuman, which was Lilu. So have fun. It's going to be all positive. It's all great. I just want to share the story about the dead hard drive in the article, so please read it. It was worth a lot of nerves. It cost me a lot of nerves. There was a couple days where I thought I lost all my data, and they were able to recover a good amount of it, and they're just absolute heroes. So I was really happy about that. So read the article. Have a great day. Be well.